the way Bourdain described his experiences with food and like how exciting it was. And when he talks about food, it's not really in like a technical sense, like it's more of an emotional way, you know, like it's a deeper level of connection and feeling. When I'm acting, like as close as I can get to that, that's where I really feel like I'm doing the thing that is important to me.
Hey, what's up, guys? You're in the booth with Babish, and joining me this week is perhaps the fastest rising star in Hollywood today. This time in 2021, he was a high school student with a drama habit. A year later, he gave an acclaimed, heart-wrenching performance opposite a career best Paul Giamatti. In the years since, he's done Hollywood blockbusters and indie comedies alike, and now he's portraying perhaps the most beloved icon in food history in A24's Tony in theaters now. Joining me in the booth today is Dominic Sessa. Dominic.
How's it going?
Thank you so much for joining me in the booth. I really appreciate you.
Thanks for having me.
You're a pretty busy guy right now, doing press for a little movie called Tony.
Yes, sir.
I have so many questions about that, but before we get into the meat of the interview, we got to do some appetizer questions. Usually this takes the form of fuck, marry, kill. I can only find out so much about you because you have only done a handful of interviews with like GQ and Bon Appetit.
I keep it tight.
Well, we appreciate you coming through for this one. I'll be easy, I promise.
No.
I only have two fuck, marry, kills for you. First up, lobster, oysters, or squid.
Well, I feel like I would have to say fuck the oyster.
Hell yeah.
Just because, I don't know, and anatomically, it's a
deeply sexual object.
Seems right.
Gross.
What were the other one?
Lobster and squid. Yeah.
And then I have marry and kill. You know, I'd probably kill the lobster. I mean, don't get me wrong, I really like lobsters, but I think for me, squid, out of all three of them, is my favorite to eat. You know?
Really?
Yeah. I just like how many different forms you can kind of come in. Like you can have squid and like you could have fried, steamed, grilled. You could have like a squid carpaccio.
I love grilled squid, the calamari steaks.
100%.
So there was a squid stew in the movie.
Yeah.
And you were, granted, your character was not in good shape when he ate it.
Yeah.
But so there wasn't that repulsion. That was all acting.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really understand that part of the movie, honestly. I remember the stew that we made in the movie was from like a Bourdain cookbook. Like that was his recipe, I think.
Whoa.
Matt thought it was important that I was like disgusted by it at first, but it tasted good. Like it did genuinely taste good. But I don't know. I think for me, with it's like there's a lot of foods that I like was disgusted by when I was really young, and then I think like as you mature, and you sort of like, I don't know, you start to enjoy things. Like even like drinking alcohol, you know, like I feel like that's a big thing that you like convince yourself like, oh, this is good, and I enjoy this, even though like when you were a child and you had a sip of alcohol, it's like disgusting.
It's one of the few things that we all have to convince ourselves we like and like keep practicing liking as we grow up.
Drilling.
Which is kind of fucked up because like, you know, it's like willfully putting us in this, using this substance because it's so... Well, anyway, I'm going to crack my beer before I get all preachy.
I already opened up.
Hell yeah, dude. Cheers. This is what you were primarily drinking on the set. Mm-hmm. Or rather in character. Very New England friendly beer. I assume this is all over Provincetown. Narragansett.
Narragansett. Yeah, it sounds like something from Massachusetts.
Yeah, it sounds like a kind of oyster.
Yeah. Totally. I like the ship.
Yeah, no,
it's classic.
Which reminds me of the name. I'm going to get into too many movie questions. Which we still have to do the softball questions here, people. Actually, this one's really difficult. Because I don't normally do fuck, marry, kill with people. I think that's unfair. But
sure.
You were acting opposite some of the sexiest men in the universe. So I'm compelled to ask you, fuck, marry, kill Leah Woodall, Antonio Banderas, and Stavros Halkias.
Yeah. Immediate marry Antonio. Just because he's the only one who like really knows how to cook.
Yeah.
He's got the nicest houses. He owns like 8 restaurants. Like he's like financially, spiritually, like he's a beacon of security, I think.
That is strategic answer.
Yeah. And then, like, I would have to fuck Leo just because, like, he's like,
so gorgeous.
he's just by far, like, the sexiest guy in the movie.
Yeah.
And Stavros, not that I want to kill him, but
No.
he wasn't very nice to me in the movie. So, in a way, like, seems right.
That's what it takes, I guess.
Yeah,
No. But presumably he was nice off camera.
No, we're friends.
Yeah.
We're friends.
No, he's
but
a good man.
I think he would understand.
I'm
He
sorry,
would
Stav.
probably agree.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
like, I mean, come on, you know, he's a man of the world. But stop, shout out, stop. We don't want to kill you.
No,
Just
no.
if you had to in this
Yeah.
situation. Sorry.
My hands are tied.
Yeah, no, that's the rules. That's the rules of Fuck, Marry, Kill. So first I want to ask, like, what your relationship is with food. Like, just what have you had a passion for it? Have you ever, you know, do you cook much? Like, where do you stand with food in general?
I mean, I feel like I always, I don't know. I was lucky that, like, my mom, my grandmother on both sides, like, they all really liked cooking and were good at it. You know, like, I have a lot of friends who their parents, like, never cooked at all, and they just kind of ordered out or, like, had kind of, like, simple ready-made meals growing up. So I guess I was lucky in that, like, my mom was always, like, every day of the week, like, making something new, like, spending a couple hours, like, putting together a nice meal for us, you know?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I guess, like, I always, like, judged everything I ate, you know, in, like, school and outside, like, in the world, just based on that, you know? Like, my palate was really, I don't know, developed through the things that my family was making. I think is pretty relatable for a lot of people if you have, like, family that enjoyed cooking, you know? I mean,
Absolutely.
Like, Christmas and, like, holidays, my family was always making and eating Italian food, or Italian-inspired dishes.
Feast
you
of
know?
the Seven Fishes.
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
vibe.
exactly. Yeah, sort of. Even though I didn't really like that.
No, I mean, I don't think anybody does, honestly.
Yeah. I don't think we made 7. Maybe we made, like, 3 of
It's
them.
too many fishes.
Yeah, it's too many fish, exactly.
As long as one of them is calamari.
Yeah,
Usually you get a good calamari.
Yeah.
As I read on the internet, you and director Matt Johnson were not Bourdain disciples.
Yeah.
You weren't, like, you know, big fans who wanted to make a tribute to to this hero. Instead,
Yeah.
you were more like third party, like you were objective third parties almost.
Yeah, of course. I mean, like, I don't think we were really ever coming at it strictly from, like, a food angle, you know? I think really our focus was, like, the way Bourdain described his experiences with food and, like, how exciting it was, and that's why people really enjoy reading his work, just because when he talks about food, it's not really in, like, a technical sense. Like, it's more of an emotional way, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's a deeper level of connection and feeling towards the things that he's eaten around the world, you know? And I think it makes it easier for people to understand, you know? And it makes them want to try things more, you know?
Yeah.
And actually, I don't know, connect with the thing and the thing that they're being served and or making for themselves in a way that's not, like, based solely on kind of, like, strict benchmarks that you'd usually have when you're trying to, like, think if you like something, you know? Like, I've eaten at a lot of, like, B-rated health places now, just because I'm like, I don't know, like, I've been less scared to, you know, eat things that maybe I wouldn't have in the past.
I find there's really good food to be had at B-rated, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
just because, like, they had a mouse in the walk-in,
yeah.
whatever.
It happens,
the food's
yeah.
really good, and if they're still popping with that horrible orange bee or whatever color it is, then you know it's really good.
Yeah.
So, all right, before we get too much in the movie, let's start with, it's a coming of age story. Let's talk about your coming of age, because you were a student at Deerfield Academy when you were discovered for The Holdovers, which is one of my favorite all-time movies.
Thanks.
Like, it's so great, and you have such a soulful performance and capture so much of that angst of the era. I'm not going to just completely compliment you the entire time, I promise. How were you discovered for that?
I mean, I was just doing theater mainly in high school, and then they, you know, obviously the movie is in a boarding school, so they just wanted to shoot at all of these boarding schools in New England. I mean, I guess Alexander had this role that he was auditioning for a while for this, the character that I played, and then couldn't really find anybody that he liked. So he was just like, fuck it. We're going to go to these schools that were scouting as shooting locations and like just do an open audition, see if somebody can do it.
How many auditions did it take?
I did like probably like 5 or 6 auditions, which is crazy. Like I thought that was normal at the time because I'd never auditioned for anything.
Yeah.
But looking back now, it's like, it's crazy to like have an audition process that long. Like usually it's like one callback.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was wild, and it's really unprecedented that they took that time to like prep me to do that movie, and they could have easily just like casted someone that knew what they were doing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it resulted in such an authentic experience. Like, I cannot imagine what it would be like. And it's cool that they prepped you because you're getting thrown in with one of the great actors delivering one of his great performances.
Oh, yeah.
Like one of his all-time greatest.
Right. And I think I was just kind of ignorant to that at the time. Like I was, watching him and I had nothing to compare it to. I'd never... It's so different when you watch it on screen than when you're like in person with the other actor. But yeah, I mean, now having made movies after that, it's like, oh yeah, like that was really special. Like that's something that's hard to find.
Absolutely. And it's of a similar era. We're talking 70s.
Yeah.
So you've had a lot of exposure in portraying people of different eras. Has that been challenging considering how incredibly young you are?
I mean, I feel like not necessarily. I mean, I kind of find it fun, it's like the closest you can get to like time traveling, I mean, it's very rare that you have a full crew of people like working really hard to make sure that everything in your eye line feels like, it's the 1970s and, people not on their cell phones. And like when you make movies in the present day, like I feel like a lot of background actors not enough of them are on their cell phones. Like if you really look around like walking around New York, like it's crazy. Like 60% of people are like have their phone in their hand or looking at something on their phone.
I'm shocked that more people aren't getting just creamed by buses.
I know,
like,
right?
Just constantly distracted.
I know, it's wild.
And you're absolutely right. Background actors, even in contemporary movies, are talking and smiling and interacting in society the way they're supposed to.
Yeah. I think that's like the challenge for when you're making a 70s movie, like especially for background actors, like what the fuck do we do? Like, what do we do with our hands? Like, making them feel real and natural. It's like challenge.
It's one of the first things I noticed in Tony was, when you first get there, there's some shots of you just walking down the street.
Right. Yeah.
I love Matt's or the cinematographer's decision to keep everything soft in the background, even though it's all dead accurate. He's not hiding anything. You got Volkswagen Beetles. You got people wearing bell bottoms. It's of the time.
Yeah.
So that was really cool.
I mean, the costumes were really fun too. Like, I remember putting on that blue suit. And feeling so stupid, like the first time wearing that.
I thought you looked pretty rad.
No, like looking back, I'm like, all right, it's not that bad, but I've forgotten about that. I haven't talked about that yet, but we spent a lot of time on that suit and like finding the right suit and the right shoes and everything. And I remember Matt just like looking at him, and I have like these extensions in my hair, and I was like, this is never gonna work. Like, we're so fucked. This is so stupid. I look like an idiot. And him like just convincing me like, no, Dom, it's fine. Like, it's just you and me. It's just you and me. Nobody I'm the only one who cares. Like but it worked. It's fine. It looks good, I think.
Oh no, it looks great. Yeah, like only you can pull it off. You have the persona and you're the type to pull it off.
I was like, I'm trusting you so much right now.
Well, if there's anyone I'm going to trust, it's Matt Jackson.
Yeah, no, I trusted him. I really did.
How did you get hooked up with him initially?
We met in New York. We were meeting about this, like this Bourdain movie, and he kind of just wanted to meet me. Like he basically came to that meeting, and his intention was like, yeah, I don't think we can do this, but like, let's connect and maybe we can work on something else. But then, I don't know, we became inspired meeting each other and found a lot of inspiration in each other. And we're like, yeah, actually we can make this thing.
Yeah, he mentioned wanting to make a movie about you effectively. Because
yeah, sure.
You're a young person who is just immediately thrust into the very brightest of spotlights.
Right.
And that experience, it sounded like it really informed your performance.
Totally, yeah. You know, for this character, he comes out of this experience and like just kind of starting, you know, like he doesn't know at that point what's going to happen or if this is going to work out or, you know, what will become of him in this kitchen thing that he's going to try. And for me, like that was when I first started acting, you know, it wasn't when I kind of got this movie and got an opportunity to like work with really cool people. Like, no, it was when I like did the scary thing, you know, which was actually deciding like, I'm going to try to commit to this, not knowing what's going to happen to me or if it's a waste of time or, you know, just taking that risk.
Yeah.
And I feel really lucky and grateful that it's working out in this way where I get to do all this stuff and work with really cool people. But I don't know. I think that's what I really connected with. And I think ultimately for him, like it wasn't until he was like in his 40s until it really kind of, I don't know, became this iconic figure, you know?
Yeah.
I think for people watching, it's like, that's the point. It's like, I think I got lucky where I took this risk in my life and then not too long after it kind of, you know, manifested into this really amazing life that I'm living right now.
Yeah.
And for him, it took, I don't know, like 30 years, but it shouldn't discourage anyone because it's like things can happen at any point, you know?
Absolutely.
I think that's the point.
I think I spent most of my 20s thinking, you know, my life is supposed to go this way. It's supposed to go a certain way. I am going to grow in this way and accomplish this and that. And my life took a complete, you know, 180 turn around age 28 when I started doing this.
Yeah.
And, you know, to me, that was late in life to be figuring shit out. But you're right. With Anthony Bourdain, it was much later in life. And you're portraying him at maybe, I love this movie so much. It's probably my favorite biopic of all time because it's portraying, it's not this big sweeping Hollywood spectacle about the sum total of his life. Quite the opposite. Instead, it actually focuses on when he appears to have hated himself the most. Like it starts with that quote, "I was in dear need of an ass kicking," and the sentence before that the sentence after that in the book is, "The less said about that time in my life, the better."
Right.
And you guys put a microscope on that, because it was such both a formative experience for him and also a universal experience for people in general, but also for young men.
Yeah, totally.
Like you are kind of soft clay as it was 19. You're soft clay at that point. And sometimes I was the same way. You think you're hot shit and you think that, you know, if somebody just gives me a chance, I'll change the whole world. Yeah. And you get both confronted by the reality and also some like very distinct male archetypes that you can start modeling yourself after. You've got Leo depicting just chaos and mild psychosis and violence and strength, and you've got Stavros like portraying just humor and you know, just being his unfiltered self, and then you've got Antonio Banderas like being the sum total of the wisdom that comes from experiencing these things. So
of course,
that's something I actually wanted to ask you about. Like everybody else in this movie gets more scenery to chew on, really. Like they have bigger, louder moments. They're screaming or they're punching or they're doing all this stuff. And all of your performance lies in the subtleties. Like you go from being cocksure as fuck to completely wounded and deflated in the same, 30-second span. Was that a challenge or was that like preferable for you?
I mean, easy because after like the first week, I didn't have to talk much.
Yeah.
Like I didn't have to memorize a lot of lines. So like that practically was like I was like, this is chill, you know? Usually in a lot of times your character is kind of starting from this place of, closing themselves off and then find some level of confidence and, but I think, yeah, it was a journey of being humbled, and like kind of being confronted with people that were so, are so unapologetically themselves in such a kind of vibrant way. And seeing that for the first time, it's like, yeah, it shuts you down, like that's kind of the only reaction I could have to this thing, because, I don't know, I couldn't relate to like Stavros or Leo or Antonio, like even as people, really, like they're very, very different people from me.
Sure.
But now walking away, like I myself have pieces of them, and I think that's kind of the place I put myself into, where it's like, okay, I kind of feel genuinely like nervous around these people, like I was a fan of Stavros and now like, like he's talking shit to me across the room, like, it was nerve-wracking. And like Leo as well, like to me, like I respect him so much, and like I don't want to fuck up in front of him, and then us, especially for Antonio as well. So that's kind of where the character was as well, and it was easy for me to just kind of shut myself off and kind of really just let everything happen in my mind and think of like, okay, like what am I feeling about this? And I mean, that's what Bourdain talks about, like so much is the first time interacting with these kind of people, and like how that affected him, and what was surprising and what was shocking. And like, that's what formed him ultimately into like this really unique, figure that people gravitate towards. Like you can see, like you said, like all the characters, them kind of seeping themselves into him and then ultimately forming that thing.
That's really cool that happened to you in real life as well with the actors themselves.
Of course,
like it just seeped
I mean, it's
into
like, I think that's why Matt casted the way he did. It's like he wanted to put me in a room with like these real life psychos, and they're amazing people. They're all like, they're the nicest people in the world, but they're crazy. Like Leo and Stavros and Antonio too. Like they're all they're crazy in the best way, but like they don't hold back. I mean, Leo, there's this one scene with Antonio, he's fucking throwing shit, like real plates across the room, and like we're all just looking around like, what the hell is going on? Like this guy's out of his mind. But it's like, I don't know, like as a young actor, like seeing these guys work and do stuff like that was really cool for me. And I mean, I definitely am better now because of it,
He plays scary sexy so well.
Oh yeah.
His eyes look so like, I don't want to say dead, like shark like they look through you. They don't look at you. And it's
daggers.
Yeah. Also, he did a great Boston New England accent, which
yeah, he kind of just whipped that out like day one. Yeah. He was like, before we shot the first scene, he asked Matt, he was like, should I try this sort of thing? And he was like, sure, and just went with it, committed to it. And it's great.
Cool.
He's just talented. Yeah.
Well, what did you do to prepare for this role?
I mean, right after I met with Matt and we decided like, yeah, we're going to make this movie and try to pitch it to people, we just talked a lot. I mean, like I would give him a lot of stories, and I mean, he would tell me a lot of stories about his personal life and his childhood, and like that's kind of what we bonded on over the course of like a year, and him really working that into the stuff that was already in the script, and catering it towards myself. And I mean, I'd never read Kitchen Confidential or anything that Bourdain had written up until that point, until I met Matt and he gave me a copy of the book, and he said it's going to be really difficult to kind of relate to the sentiments of like a 45-year-old man, like,
sure.
I don't really know if that should be your focus of like trying to read this through, the lens of the guy writing the book,
Yeah.
But if you can imagine the people he's talking about and imagine how you would feel about them if you were meeting them and being confronted by these people, that's kind of what you should be trying to do mainly.
Yeah.
And then I met Larry Luster, who owns this restaurant, Ciro and Sal's, that Bourdain used to work at. And he used to like work with him at the time. And Matt kind of, I don't know, got a lot of information from him. But
because I was at the New York premiere, which
Yeah,
was
yeah.
one of the cool. I've never been to a proper premiere before, so that was awesome. And Matt had mentioned you guys working with the Bourdain estate.
Yeah. I mean, they definitely kept us on track with a lot of stuff. Like just things that me and Matt would like suggest and be like, oh, like what if we did this? And they would be like, no, like he would never. Like like they were defending his honor, rightfully so.
Yeah.
So like, and they were really good partners with us. I mean, so having them around, like, kind of, I don't know, it was gratifying to have their support, you know, like to feel like we're doing this and they have our backs in making this. It's like, gave us a level of confidence, because it's a scary endeavor, in the first place.
Well, something I was curious about, there's a lot of, I don't even want to call them deviations from the book, because the movie feels more like a distillation of his experience than a retelling of like what literally happened. Because like, if I remember correctly, he initially went there on a timeshare with his friends, not crashing on the chef's hammock and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
And
yeah, he was staying in like a share house, basically.
Yeah, which is less compelling, and it doesn't quite capture what you guys are trying to show you going through.
Yeah.
Something I was curious about is the kitchen fire and the. I don't even know if that too much of a spoiler. I don't know. But there's a kitchen fire.
The deviations, yeah.
Like, was that based on some experience that his family told you, or is that just like a something to capture, that moment, that pivotal moment in his life?
Yeah, I think that was completely made up. Like, that was all movie, like trying to reach like a dramatic climax in the story, and like. It was hard to think of anything worse that could possibly happen, what is the worst possible thing that could happen right now in this moment?
Yeah.
That's what that's for.
And then I won't say what it is, but then after that, he goes through an even worse moment.
Right, of course, yeah.
The final nail in the coffin.
Totally. It's like there's nothing left. Yeah. It's detrimental.
It's a really, again, kind of a universal experience. I do feel like all of us reach this point where we feel like there's just nothing left of us, and we can just sort of start, particularly when we're young, like just everything gets stripped away, and then you have to figure out exactly who you are.
Yeah.
It's one of the most annoying pieces of advice you could possibly get in high school or college, when like I would ask people, how do I get girls to like me? How do I make friends? And they're like, just be yourself. Like, who's that? Like, I don't have a self yet. I'm a child. And this is, about coming into that self and all the literal fire that needs to burn everything down before you can figure out who you are. So that's,
of course, yeah. I mean, like, cool. And just learning that, like, what you're actually capable of, like, I don't know, doing something hard for the first time. Yeah. And like, I feel like a lot of things I don't know how to say this, like things that I've gotten congratulated for, like even just growing up, like you graduate high school and like you have a whole, ceremony and celebration, and like people throw parties, and like it wasn't that fucking hard. Like, I mean, like I know like some people don't graduate high school, but like in reality, like if you just get some like D's and C's, like you're up there with everybody else. Yeah. And it's like, I don't know, you actually did something that a lot of other people can't do. And there's power in that, and like that's what that's the character's experience, especially when he makes this particular dish with Antonio. Yeah. And he's like helping, really. He's kind of assisting, but it's like, I did something that all of these people in the room couldn't do unless they took the time to like read this recipe and learn how to make it,
Yeah. Have you tried making lobster thermidor since?
No, not since then. It was like the first time I tried to make it was, it was frustrating, but it was good. Ultimately, like Matt he just didn't want me to try to make it at all. He was like, the first time you make the lobster thermidor with Antonio is going to be on camera, and we're going to roll it.
Style,
and you just just do it as you would do it. And I'm like, sick. was fighting with him. I was like, I want to just practice this a little bit. Like the lady who's doing this is right here. Like she can show me how to do it. And he refused, but it looks good. Like I think it really does help translate. Like I'm doing this for the first time ever. I mean, because I really was. And Antonio's, he can actually cook. You know, like he was able to learn how to make that thing in like 30 fucking minutes. So like
I'm just learning that he has 9 restaurants or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, he has like 8 restaurants in Malaga. He lives on top of one of them. It's
so
it's
sick.
like this place, it's like fantasy land. There's like a very historic kind of center to the city, and he lives at like the top of the tallest building in the middle, and right underneath is like the first ever restaurant that in that town that he now owns.
Sick.
And yeah, he just walks down, and it's amazing. Yeah, it's a fairy tale that he's created.
The guy is a legend in every sense of the word.
Yeah.
And he's been quoted as calling you a true actor.
Yeah, it's really, really kind of him, you know?
Like, how does that feel to be characterized that way when, you know, you've got some major movies under your belt right now, but you're still very young in your career, and you've got this storied legend saying that you are a true actor. Like, do you feel like a true actor?
Yeah, I'm trying my best to like figure out what that is.
Yeah,
you know, like
that wasn't a very fair question.
Yeah, no, I mean, I want to feel like when I'm watching a movie and like I see people figuring it out in a real way and not like relying on some bullshit like superpowers or like a musical where you just like break out into song to like fix your fucking problems. Like I like watching real people dealing with real problems. That's the shit that I like watching, you know?
Yeah.
So for me, when I'm acting, like as close as I can get to that, like that's where I really feel like I'm doing the thing that is important to me. And like that's what I'm trying to always get to. And like that's the kind of work I want to be making. And I think that's what real acting is for me. Like when you're able to really portray a situation that feels so real and so close and so relatable, that's like actually can help someone and make them apply it in a practical sense. Like I think that's cool. Yeah.
Absolutely. I think that this is a great movie for young men to see.
Of course. Yeah.
We like to talk about young men on this pod because, you know, there's not enough talk about the emotional sort of roller coaster and the arc that we go on as we grow up. And it's like we were saying before, it's a perfect set of archetypes. Like, who do you want to end up being like? And he ultimately chooses his own path, but it's informed by those things. So I really encourage, if you're, you know, a young man and you're confused and angry, which you are, to go and check it out. You actually are a big fan of Squid, which comes as a great relief to me because
Squid's great.
For the main course here, Jake, if you don't mind running and grabbing some mugfuls.
Oh,
here.
nice.
This is your restaurant menu.
Oh yeah, Portuguese squid stew, line caught squid, linguiça. What's that?
So that's a Portuguese sausage, because apparently this is a Portuguese squid stew. I don't know if they confirm that Antonio Banderas' character is Portuguese. They like guess that he is in the movie.
Yeah.
But
right. Yeah, I do remember that part.
Yeah, just like, is he Spanish? I really stop
That's so funny.
Like, but in Kitchen Confidential, he calls out a Portuguese squid stew, which I assume was like maybe some of the. You said it was his recipe as well.
Yeah, it was a recipe from his one of his cookbooks that they were using on set.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Flagship is the name of the restaurant.
Yeah,
in the movie.
Originally, it was the Dreadnought in the book.
Yeah, exactly.
And I love the Flagship. Like, you guys really captured a moment in that restaurant, because it's like so perfully like kitsch.
Yeah. Have you ever been to Cape Cod ever?
Once, briefly. Drunkenly.
Yeah.
Young.
Right.
Can't quite fully remember.
Yeah.
I do remember it not feeling the same way as it does in the movie. It's much more like
I would say it's worth going back for sure.
Hell yeah.
You should totally go back.
Well, hopefully I can get some sick set dressing with like old VW bugs and stuff, and I can capture the moment.
Oh, nice.
So just
this is literally the mugs from the.
Oh, seriously?
The set. It looks exactly like them.
I was going off memory. It's the best I could do.
This is awesome.
But I wanted to see how well we could do a squid stew here. I've never made squid stew.
Really?
I didn't know you could stew squid. But, ooh. I haven't tasted it yet. I should really test things before I serve them to guests.
It's amazing.
Thank you.
This has been the best part of doing press for this fucking movie.
Hell yeah.
Is eating every day. This is great though. And you made this, huh?
Yeah.
Of course, obviously.
Well.
No shit.
Yeah, this is I just sort of cobbled together a bunch of different recipes. I tried to make it as Portuguese as possible, but also give it some Provincetown identity.
Yeah. So what is Portuguese about this?
So we got the linguiça in there, which is I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. Yeah, which is basically just paprika, but with an accent, so it's cooler. And I pretty much just saw potatoes and squid in the one on screen, so I tried to amp it up a little bit with some peppers and some of this sausage.
This is amazing.
Well, thanks, man.
This is really good.
I appreciate it. We have to eat the entire thing directly into the mic. People love this.
Oh, yeah.
It's like ASMR for slurping. Yeah. You like that, you freaks? Are you a very online person?
No, I never had Twitter, never had TikTok. I have an Instagram, but I feel like I mainly only use that for movie stuff.
Clips.
Yeah. Like shit for the movies.
Bravo.
My worst fear would be to start posting shit on Instagram, then I become popular doing that, you know, rather than people going and seeing my movies and watching what I really care about, you know. But I don't know. I don't think I could do it. It's a different. I think it is more close to what it means to being a celebrity now.
Yeah.
If you have a popular podcast, for example, and you're posting stuff online, people are way more exposed to someone like your content, you know, and you become more recognizable. People on the streets see you and know you, and I think I kind of, with just doing the acting thing, get away with. I don't really feel like a famous person, you know.
I think something that helps with that is the parasocial relationship. People will come up and say hi to me all the time because they hang out with me, they watch me on their computer. I'm not
and you're so much of yourself.
Yeah,
what you do. You know?
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
And around actors, especially, there's a mystique.
Sure.
I feel like somebody would see you in a bar and be like, "Oh my God, that's Dominic," but not "Oh, what's up, Dominic?"
Right.
There's more of there's a layer between.
Yeah, people feel like they know you.
Yeah. And
which is a blessing and a curse.
Sure. Know? Yeah. No, last night when I'm going to therapy. And
right.
I'm on the way home after talking about my dead mom, and this girl has to take a selfie.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
It's definitely a double-edged sword, but I really do. I love all you guys. Please do say hi to me, no matter how downtrodden I look. Please.
Yeah.
But
we're turning all your fans against you.
I knew this would happen eventually. I didn't think it would be you. So what's next for you? What's happening next?
I don't know. I mean, I was saying before we started talking, I just did this crazy movie in Spain that I hope comes out some point next year. But I don't know. It's something way different than I've ever done before.
What kind of role?
I mean, I definitely play kind of an asshole again, but in this movie, I'm driving a bunch of sick cars, shooting a bunch of guns, doing a bunch of drugs, having the time of my life.
Hell yeah!
And it's like a Euro crime drama, action, just badass sort of movie. The type of movie that Bourdain himself would love. Yeah, definitely his taste in movies.
It's quite an arc for you because you start off as a sweet kid with an asshole streak.
In
Holdovers, and then now you, as Bourdain, you're an asshole. You're a sweet asshole, and now you're going full asshole.
Yeah. By the time I'm 30, hopefully I get to be a nice guy.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. That's the reinvention that comes with it. Yeah.
That's exactly. It's the natural trajectory, I think, of man. But yeah, after, I mean, I don't know. I really want to, I really want to do theater. Like I want to do a play really bad. I've been trying to make this known publicly for a while now.
Well, let's make it happen.
And everything I'm on, I'm saying this.
What play would you want to do? Do you have one in mind?
I mean, I would want to do something new, you know, something original. I would want to have an original kind of coming out in the theater world, you know, something that I can really own and say like, this is my own and I started this sort of thing, you know.
Hell yeah.
I just have to, I don't know, find it or write it or find people who can do that for me.
Easy.
Yeah.
I am perpetually excited to see what you do next. And just meeting you, I'm so relieved that you're like a nice guy.
Oh,
like,
thanks.
because,
You too, yeah.
you know, getting famous at that age, I can imagine that it's challenging to stay grounded. And you seem like such a just, you know, I wasn't, not the way you are on screen, obviously, because you're playing these sometimes difficult characters.
Yeah.
But just, you've got the groundedness and the ease about you of just a movie star. Like, I'm so stoked to see what you do in this industry.
Hey, man.
And to hear your Oscar acceptance speech, because this performance as Anthony Bourdain is so nuanced and so layered and complex. There's so much going on behind your eyes.
Thanks.
And it's so affecting. This is the dessert part where I say something sweet.
Nice.
But it's impromptu, though. And yeah, I'm really excited to see this Euro crime thriller for sure.
Dude, yeah, bro. This is fucking, it's going to be crazy.
I heard you drove a stick for this?
Dude, I learned how to drive a manual for the first time, which has changed my life.
The only one in your generation. That's fantastic.
It feels like such an honor to like have this skill and you know, and that's why I want, you know, the next car I get, I'm definitely going to get a stick shift because I also feel more secure in that as well. Somebody tries to like carjack you, especially in America, chances are they're going to be fucked. Like,
yeah, they might be able to hotwire it because it's an old ass car, but once they try to kick it into gear, no go.
No, but it is like one of the coolest feelings in the world.
Do you have any cars? Are you a car person?
I have a Kia Forte that lives at my mom's house in New Jersey. Yeah. But I do want to, like, that is something, whenever I get around to, like, I don't know, if I can ever, like, treat myself with something or, like, buy something cool, it's definitely going to be, like, an old, like, I want, like a 69 Challenger or something. Something just badass.
Yeah, like 4-speed.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Brute instrument.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's great. Everybody, Tony is in theaters now. Please go check it out because it is one of the most exciting, affecting, and perfect coming-of-age stories that you could possibly imagine, and it's about the man himself, Anthony Bourdain, and Dominic kills it, guys. Kills it. Last part of the segment with the dinner theme and everything. Oh, the check's here. I'm getting better at this. I'll get better at this. At the end of a great meal, of course, we have to leave a big tip, and this is a question we should have provided to you beforehand so you can think about it. But if you can leave us with a big tip for the kitchen, life, love, or all the above, what would that be?
I mean, I guess, you know, in the spirit of the film, I think, especially for young people, you know, taking risks, you know, like putting yourself in an uncomfortable situation, whatever that means in your life, however that presents itself. I think search for that. And you know, that's what we do as humans. So it's our job is to give ourselves problems and figure them out. So as much as you can do that, I think things will present themselves in a really beautiful way, hopefully. Yeah.
Words to absolutely live by. Dominic Sessa, ladies and gentlemen.